Hi. I'll wait a little bit. I'm not sure who's here with me. So if you're coming through, please say hi. I'll just share an emoji so that I'm aware who's here with me. Okay, there is one person. At least I'm not by myself, which makes it much better. Okay. So welcome. I am credit coach Mashudu. I'm also a transformation coach. So welcome to our Tuesday lives. So if this is the first time you're joining me, so welcome to my circle. So I'm live on my YouTube, on 𝗍𝗲𝗯𝗍𝘀 Solutions, and also on Facebook and also on Instagram. So wherever you are, so welcome. So if it's the first time that you're here with me, so welcome. I just want to say you are in the right place, and do greet. Let me know who's here. I see there are 3 likes. Just joined. So welcome. Say hi. And yeah, welcome. So if you are in my YouTube, just like and subscribe so that you're able to receive other recordings. And also wherever you are, just share and tag your friends who need to be here. And you can also look at the previous recordings. So I've done already 2 so far. The other one was on credit repair, and then last week we were talking about the symptoms of debt problems, and today we're talking about debt management. And next week we'll be talking about our beliefs around money, credit, and debt. So do save the date and diarize for that. So that will be at 8 as well. So similar time. So welcome once more. I see there's a like. So today, and I don't know where you are from. How is the weather there? Here in Richards Bay, it's getting warmer. So I saw yesterday it was 30 degrees. Today it was 24, and there was a bit of wind. And throughout this session, just highlight what were your key takeaways. And you can also just write down what came up so that other people who might come, they can just hear those highlights as well. And it shows engagement. I'd like to have engagement as well. And I'm just going to share the link if you need to contact me and you want to know about credit repair. So you can reach me on those details. You can just complete your details and then I'll be able to reach out to you. So as I said, I'm a credit repair coach. So I help you to fix your credit repair so that you've got financial freedom and you can have financial peace. And having credit and working for money, it's some of the things that impact us as well. And today, as I said, we're talking about debt management. Did you know that over 19 million South Africans are indebted? Over 19 million, they are indebted. So just looking at the stats earlier, just when I was just preparing, so over 19 million. And how many are we in South Africa? Are we 58 million now or 59? I didn't check that one. So, but over 19 million are indebted. And are you one of them? So just ask yourself, are you one of them? And if you are one of them, is it in a bad state or in a good state? And if you don't know your financial fitness, there's a financial fitness guide that I've created, so you can click the link and then I'll also share it with you as well. And then can teach you, you can see how financial fit you are and learn a lot. And there are matrices that you can also learn in terms of looking at your debt as well, looking at your finances. So over 19 million South Africans plus are indebted. And what is happening as well, about 67% of them, they've got a debt, they've got about 67% debt to income ratio. What does it mean? That is the total amount of debt that they pay divided by the gross amount. So it's about 67% in terms of indebtedness. And normally the ratio for that, for one to be, you need to be less than 43%. So we're already above 67%. And that is a cry for concern that one needs to do something. And one needs to realize when it comes to debt, it's you, the consumer, who need to change. All we need to know is to understand the money game. We need to understand the system. We need to understand how we contribute to it as well. So the money and the credit is there to make our lives better, but we need to be able to manage our beliefs and how we spend so that we're able to play well into this money game, so that we are not indebted, so that when we go to sleep, today is the 6th. So paydays have passed and people are trying to recover from that. Some already might find that they've gone they started using what we call unsecured credit. What is unsecured credit? Unsecured credit can be your credit cards, can be your personal loans, can be your overdraft, because there isn't any collateral to secure that. And then what would you say is a secured credit? Secured credit could be a car, because if you don't pay up, whoever has provided you with the loan to pay for the car, they can take the car so that they can recuperate the money that you owe them. So what is happening as well, there are a lot of South Africans as well who are using unsecured credit, and it happens. We need to move away from that spiral all the time. So we need to learn, we need to manage, we need to understand the money system. And with me also, I'm forever learning. As much when it comes to money, you need to remove the titles. You need to be really vulnerable. You need to be brutally honest. And if you don't know anything about money and the terminology, it's good to go to an expert, and you can come also to me as a credit repair coach to guide you. As much as I'll help you with assisting you to fix your credit, I'm there to also provide you with financial education, and these Tuesday sessions are for that, to empower you so that you're able to make informed decisions as well. And I also look into the consumer debt. The consumer debt has also increased since 2017 to 2018. Now it's at about 2.5 trillion. So it moved from, it was at 2.5 trillion in 2017. Now it has moved to 4.3 trillion in 2021, 2022. So it has almost doubled. So just ask yourself, are you part of that? And if you're part of that, is your finance healthy? Are you playing the money game properly? And there's something that one has to also look into in terms of their money, is their relationship with money. So as you are there, just really reflect on money. When you think about money, what comes to mind? Do you fear it? Do you fear money? What is your relationship with money? Do you fear money? Do you embrace it? When it comes, you say, thank you, money. I embrace you. Because one of the things that one needs to do on a daily basis is to be grateful. Hi, 𝗱𝗲𝗯𝗁, welcome. Is to be grateful. And when there's money is coming in, you just say, thank you that this money is came. It doesn't matter how much amount it is, because you're saying to the universe, I'm grateful. I'm ready to receive this. So another question that I have as well, do you need to spend it, all of it, in order to realize its power? Do you need to spend all of the money? And when you get money, what do you do? What are the habits? What are the first instincts that you do? And then when you're using your card, it could be a debit card or your credit card. When you're swiping, what are the feelings? Do you monitor your body, how it feels? And we'll be talking about that next week when we talk about our beliefs, our money beliefs and credit and debt. So we'll go into detail. But for now, just think of the last time when you were busy paying for, or even whether it's online or physical at a shop, how were your reactions to that? Are you noticing your body when you're doing that? So those are the things that you need to look at. And in terms of debt management, you need to also remember, you also need to note what are the sources of debt. Do you know what are the sources of debt in terms of you? Just reflect on that. In terms of your debts, do you know what are the sources? And I can just highlight one of them. It could be that it's too much spending. It could be that the spending climate that we currently have in our country, as I shared about the consumer spend, now it has moved to 4.5 trillion. That's a lot of money that we're spending. And it could be lack of financial literacy, which I can attest to. Before, I think since last year, my financial literacy has improved, and I'm also daily, as I said, I'm still going to share info about funeral policies and also reading the fine print. So each day is like when I'm reading the fine prints, I feel like I just cry, and then I just accept that I didn't read the fine prints and I'm dealing with the consequences. So I'll also let you know on that. So I'll do a session on that. So another thing which can also make you to have debt is because it's the easy access to money. And you might find that as well. Another one is debt consolidation. You might consolidate the debt, and then later you just acquire more debt. So that's another source of debt. And also it could be your financial setbacks. You could find that you have lost your job, or there's an emergency and you don't have an emergency fund. So that's why I'll encourage you to request the financial fitness guide. It will show you what you need to do in terms of managing your finances as well. And it could be changing technology. Like now we're using smartphones. Like for my smartphone, I use it mostly. It's like it's my laptop. It's when I have to do, so I can do invoicing on my phone. I can schedule meetings. I can speak to my clients. I can have Zoom session on my phone. So latest technology also affect us because you have to spend more to receive that technology and be able to manage it, data and all that. So it could be that. And it could be also the trends of borrowing and money that we currently have, and also the current lending climate that we have, and also that impulse of also, it could be also emotional issues because other people, when they're not okay, because at times, depending on how do you numb your pain when the world has been so angry. Hi, 𝗳𝗶𝗰𝗄𝗃, welcome. So when the world has been so angry and you don't know what to do, other people numb their pain through alcohol. So you could be numbing your pain. You're not ready to deal. You could be as the overspender. Some others, they numb their pain by being too busy so that they don't sit with themselves because they're so scared to sit with themselves. And what I've shared earlier is that the problem with debt, it's you. For you to change your debt, you need to change you. You need to understand how money works and also understand the terminology and the fine prints. Because at times when you are getting that call, maybe it's a loan, and then they just tell you, no, you'll be paying this much, and we don't go to the terms and conditions. And then when you are in the financial setback, that is when you realize you didn't read the fine prints. Because as much as you might miss debt, remember that if you miss payment, you're gonna attract more interest, and it's gonna be challenging as well to service that debt because you're gonna pay more, and then even your credit score is gonna change. And if you don't pay on time, your names will be sent to the credit bureau, and they'll create something then say you're a defaulter, and also that affects you because there might be a child who's going to varsity and you just need to borrow a little bit of money, and you're unable to do that because of your money behavior. So you need, and we'll also look into money behaviors. I'll have a chat about that as well. So another thing is easy access to money and also easy access to unsecured credit. So if you are living, I lived that spiral. I remember before I joined network marketing in 2016, I was living from hand to mouth. So I'll pay my debts, I'll pay my insurances. And then when the money is around the fifth, then I start using my credit card to manage my life. I start using my, the overdraft. And it's not a nice spiral to be in. You get trapped. And then I started doing network marketing so that I can have an extra source of income. So look into other source of income. If you are indebted, and you might find that you can't even move to another employer, and also they look at your credit score when you are also looking for jobs. So look at other income. It could be you selling your skills. There are skills you can go to YouTube and learn new skills, and people will pay you. You can also register with Fiverr. and where people, because normally entrepreneurs or anyone, they're always looking for services. Like for people who are running their own small companies, they just need different skills, and then they'll just go to Fiverr and say, maybe record this for me, create this. So if you are talented, so look at your talents and see how you can monetize them. You could be creating a presentation, fixing this. So that is another source of income. So look at it, and then you can also maybe look at network marketing, but you need to love the product, because everything that you are serving to the people, it has to come from the heart. So if it's not, we won't come, because you are energy. So you are selling yourself. So that is something that you also need to look at. And then, so now we've spoken about debt management and what is happening in our country. We've spoken about the money relationship. Again, do you fear money? Do you fear money? No one has responded. Do you fear money? What is your relationship with money? I'd love to hear that one. Do you fear money, or do you love money, or money loves you? Do you ever think money? Because money is energy, it's an exchange. And there's this thing that's always said, I'm not paid well. We are paid according to our value. And if you are able to negotiate for your value, you'll be able to be paid anything. So that's another topic for another day. Just ponder on that. So we have spoken about debt management, your relationship with money, the sources sorted. Now, as towards the end, let's talk about how you manage your debt. One of the first thing is just to acknowledge that you're in debt. Just doing that, it's just an aha moment. You need to do that. Just acknowledge that you're in debt. And then when you have done that, learn to understand the financial lingo, learn to understand all this financial system, how things work. And if you've got debts, look at the contracts. And you might be in a debt review, and I'll do a topic on that. You might be in the debt review and you have just handed over your power. As much as you hand over your power, you need to know that the court, the document which has been issued by the court, you need to know the payments, because you realize you might be paying minimal payments, but you are seeing that you're not getting anywhere. And if you're in debt review, come, let's have a chat, let's see if you're progressing. So it's important so that you take ownership of your money. As much as somebody's helping you, at the end of the day, it's about you. It's about you, you're in charge. So you need to see if those repayment rates are working for you. And it normally takes longer. If you're in debt review, it could take 5 to 7 years. And you cannot leave debt review just like that until you've finished all your payments and as your debts. And another thing which is there was a law which was issued before you find out even your house, you cannot leave debt review until your house, but that one was removed. But you cannot leave debt review, but come, let's have a chat so that you don't even get to that, because you lose your power. But I'm assuring you that you do have the power. You can also look at, if you are in that position at the moment, you can look into what are the repayments, and you start increasing and you take ownership. You start working on yourself as your mindset. How you manage your money, it's all related to your mindset, how you were conditioned when you were young, what are the beliefs that you have learned about money, and how you numb your pain, because we go through so much. Being an adult, it's challenging on its own. There are so many responsibilities. So we go through so many challenges, and you realize that how you use money just showing who you are, the issues that you have. That is why it's important. So another thing that you need to do in terms of managing your debt is to set a goal. Say, now I've got a goal. I've got this amount, and that is where, as a credit repair coach, when you come, we look at your debts, and then we come up with a repayment plan that you need to stick to. And that repayment plan, I don't force you to do it. It's you who's going to commit, because you have acknowledged the debt. You have realized that you you're in financial distress, you need help. So now you have to commit and reduce it so that you can start having that financial peace and freedom. So you set the goal, and also you make a list of all your debts. Some people, they don't know their debts, how many they are. They just see money just going, and they don't remember when did they sign. Are you one of them where you just see money going and you don't know which date money? Some could be the 27th, 28, 29, 30, when money just goes away, but you know it's going. And if you recall how that debt was created, you still remember. So you need to be aware. So you need to really start being conscious about money, because at the end of the day, you're a business, you're an entity, so you need to know where your money is going. So you need to look at your debts, your contract, your interest that you're paying, and the terms of how long. Because you might find that as well, there might be an error and you're still paying for something which you've already finished. And if you miss payments, you'll be paying more. Look at the value of how you're paying more. Okay, 𝗬𝗲𝗋𝗧 says, I think I fear more, but I'm learning to manage it without emotion. Okay. Thank you for just being brutally honest and being vulnerable, just to acknowledge that. I know many won't acknowledge. I know they might be, but just thank you. So you need to have that relationship with money. You need to thank money and say, money, we are one. And also, there's one thing as well. I'll also create a guide on how to do journal prompts in terms of your money beliefs. So part of next week's subject is on that, and then I'll give you guys the guide. So do tune in next week so that you start understanding how you process when you have money, how you feel, and you just sit with yourself, and the healing and the transformation just starts as you just sit. Have that 30 minutes to 1 hour just working on yourself. So after you have done that, gather more information about finances. So speak to someone about finances. I remember this week I wanted to contact one of my debtors, and when I spoke to one of the financial advisors, no, you shouldn't have done that. And luckily I didn't, because I went to the counsel of someone who's very experienced. Because at times we want to run everything, and the beauty of growing up now and where we are, there's access to people who will help you to make better decisions. Because I would have made a bad decision in terms of that credit that I was looking at. So make a plan, make a budget. So when you come to me and we look at your situation, you're holistically, so we'll make a plan and you'll be able to do it. And you'll also decide on which debt to pay, because it will be highlighted. And also, you need to manage yourself. So another thing that also affects us in terms of the debt is looking at the Jones. You don't know the Jones, what their source of income. Some people, they don't share. And at times when we're on social media, we create perceptions of people, but people never show themselves everything. And like Instagram, I heard there was a story about Instagram where these ladies, they went to this restaurant with different outfits, taking photos for Instagram just to show that they were going in that place in different days, and it was just one day. So just follow your intuition. Your intuition will tell you. So forget about the Jones. That is why for me it's important when you spend money, you look at your emotions, where you are, how you feel. Because you don't know, other people get inheritance, they won't tell you that they've got inheritance, and when now you're comparing yourself. So you need to be content with your money. You need to get to a space where you're content with your money and you've got a good relations with it. So hi 𝗱𝗲𝗯𝗁, welcome. We've got 𝗰𝗿𝗲 as well, welcome. And also you need to reward yourself. So you might have developed this plan. So each time you are winning, each time you complete it, just reward yourself. Rewarding yourself could be going to buying McFlurry, going to buy a cool drink, just walking and spending, doing things that you don't normally do, but you need to reward yourself, because when you're doing that, you're even telling your brain and also your beliefs, you're creating new beliefs that I'm a winner, I'm succeeding, I'm in charge, and it creates a beautiful thing within your body. So do that. And I trust what I've just shared today to help you to manage your debt. It will help you to look differently in terms of your debt. It will help you to look at your debt differently and look at the sources of income and the credit cards, the overdrafts that we're using, because you're just creating a illusion. Are you living an illusion or are you living reality? Because when you start managing your income, you're able to save later. And that is why I'm just highlighting the financial fitness guide. Have it and also do the quiz on that guide and see where you are. And if you are in the red, reach out. So as well, I would like you to go and look at all your debt payments. So look at your debt to income ratio. Is it less than 43%? If it's above 43%, you are indebted. So you really need to do something about your finances. Because how do we calculate that? Just to remind, it's your total debts over your gross monthly income. So if it's less than 43%, yeah, fine. But if it's above, like most South Africans at the moment, we're on 67%, that's a lot. We need to change that. And also your finances, also look at how your caregivers or people who raised you, your mom, your dad, or anyone who raised you when you were young, how they were managing money, how were they managing their finances? Are you repeating the same thing? So do that homework on yourself. Are you repeating the same thing? What were their beliefs? Are you having the same beliefs? So it's time to change if those beliefs are not serving you, if those beliefs are providing you with financial distress, and you really need to look holistically, because most of the things, how we manage things is depending on how we were raised, how we were conditioned in life as well. So welcome. So thank you guys for tuning in. I trust you are empowered now, and I'll continue doing this live. So do tune in next week for 𝗁𝗲𝗯𝗁𝘁, and then we'll be talking about money beliefs and how we relate our money beliefs in terms of money, in terms of credit, in terms of debt, how we venture into them and how we manage them, and you learn how to manage them as well. And please share what was your aha moment, and also tag your friends to come and listen to this, and do share this so that more people can learn more as well. So I'm looking forward to your feedback, and also providing you with the financial fitness guide. And thank you for spending your time and tuning in here and just being with me. I'm honored, and yeah, thank you. So enjoy the rest of your evening. So tomorrow I'll do a live as well. Tomorrow is Wellness Wednesday at 𝗍𝗍𝗯𝗍 Solutions. So we'll be talking about our mindful eating. So if you've got issues with how you eat, are you an emotional eater? So do join us. We'll be exploring that. And as well, suggest other topics in terms of money management or credit repair that you'd like me to focus on in future. So I'll also look into that. But for the coming weeks, we'll be seeing each other at 8:15. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.